Thank you for taking the time with me today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
So, Coach, I want to quickly talk about what happened last year in losing to South Central in the sectionals. What has been your thought process heading into this next year, your 19th season, especially without one of your cornerstones in Case and Nash?
Just working, getting back to a work ethic and skill development. I felt like we were behind in skill. South Central made us play a certain way that we really weren't. Um, I'm not sure. I don't know if ready is the right word. I'm not sure we were capable of playing that way because of our lack of skill, and so we've really focused on that this summer. So hopefully that carries over into the season.
And especially considering you have some experience coming back next year. You've got guys like Judd Missy, Xander Keith, Kyle and Nash who have played meaningful varsity minutes. Among those group of guys that are returning, is there anybody in that particular group that you see as a leader going in?
Judd's our leader by far and away. He's done an outstanding job this summer of trying to get our guys in the right spots, and he's trying to take over the scoring row a little bit that we're lacking, and ball handling obviously is got somebody's got to step up and handle the ball as well, and he's always been a very good defensive player, and so he's still in that role, and his role has just expanded this summer, and he's doing a great job of that.
Now I want to talk to you about coaching your son Kylan for the final time as he's entering his senior year. How special has that been, being able to coach Kylan now, and obviously you coach Case in 4 years?
Well, they're two different players. Kylan's pretty hard-headed. He's probably the toughest kid we have. I don't say that because he's my son. Last year, end of the season, he became a starter for us, and just really changed how we were defensively on the glass. Just kind of changed our whole mentality in terms of toughness, and that hasn't changed a bit. But in terms of coaching, they're two different kids, so we coach them differently. Obviously, it is what it is. You know, it's fun. It's a great experience for me. I just hope it's a great experience for both of them as well.
Now, Coach, you are without a doubt one of the more decorated coaches Borden High School has ever seen by far, and among one of the most successful in Borden history. I want to know, how did you get to this point in your coaching career? Really, what made you want to get into coaching?
What made me want to get into coaching was my former coaches. We talk about that all the time as teachers. We talk about why do we want to get into teaching? Well, number one, we love kids, and every teacher that I've ever talked to always has that one teacher that impacted them. I've been blessed, truly blessed. I've had coaches, Leon Gilbert as a sixth grade coach, I think it was a great coach for me. My junior high coach, Ron Mattingly, took us everywhere and we played, and he taught me more about basketball than a lot of people would ever think about teaching at the junior high level. But just talked to us about how it can be competitive. And then I got to high school, and I had two great coaches. Terry White was my tennis coach, unbelievable competitor, maybe the most competitive person I've ever met in my life. And then obviously Coach Matthews, who deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. Still impactful in my life today. Came to golf sectional. You know, what a great man he was or is, and I've been blessed, truly blessed with great teachers, great coaches throughout my lifetime, and that's really what made me want to get into coaching. That was your original question, and I kind of went off on a tangent, but those guys influenced me, and a lot of people changed their career path, maybe even in high school, maybe in college. I never did. Since I was a sophomore, I wanted to be a high school teacher and a basketball coach, and here I am, older than dirt, and I'm still doing that. So I've been blessed, Hayden.
Coach, you've been here for nearly 2 decades now at Borden High School. Why have you stayed at Borden for such a long time, considering the amount of championships that you have helped this school win?
Why not? Why not? you know, I've had opportunity to leave. But why? I keep going back to why. I love it here. It's my home. I've got a great admin. And more importantly, I think we got great kids. Our kids are phenomenal. I talk to other teachers that are in other school corporations, and they talk about how their kids behave, and like, wow, we don't have that stuff at Borden. Like we just don't. We have something special. I don't know what it is. I'm not smart enough to tell you that magic potion or formula or whatever. I just know we have great kids, and I have an athletic director that I love to death, and I love our other coaches, and I love our kids. So that's why I've never left.
Coach, you mentioned that you have had offers to leave Borden in the past. Was there at any point that you seriously considered leaving or even calling it quits, especially after 2013?
Yeah, I have. To be honest, I don't want to get into all that, honestly. One reason is because my son actually said, "Why would we go there?" I was very serious, and when I brought it up to my son, "Why would we go there, Dad?" I never will forget that. And it hit me, man, even if they do offer me this job, I can't take it. I can't take it because this is our home, and I think our kids like it here. I know my wife and I do. We love Borden High School, and we love the Borden community, and we're at home.
Coach, I want to go back to 2013 and winning the state championship. I mean, it's right there behind you, everybody celebrating. What did winning that 2013 state title mean to you, considering you were never able to see that kind of tournament success both in high school and in college?
It was just pretty special. It was really, really special. But to get our first school sectional in 08, first basketball sectional in 08, and then 09 again in 09, and then 2012. We could argue that that's the best team ever in Borden history, and Cody Bachman breaking his leg really bothered me, and then to see him come back and still be an elite defender like he was, and a crazy competitive kid, and for us to get there, it was so rewarding for that group of kids, mainly for Cody, after what he endured as a junior, and then but that was what a fun group of kids that didn't care who got the credit. There were no superstars, just 7, 8, 9, 10 kids that really, really wanted to win and win for our community and our school, and it's special. It's really, really special.
Coach, just a few more questions here, and I'm going to try and keep you with me here on this one. I'm going to try and get you here. The official announcement for you being the head coach here at Borden was made in May of 2006. That was now 18 years ago, just a little bit over. From that point all the way up to today is equivalent of playing 1,183,500 quarters of high school boys basketball. How difficult has coaching for such a long time been, considering the amount of time that takes away from being with your family?
Oh man, that's a really good question.
Or if it hasn't been difficult,
There's been difficulties. I won't. Any coach that says that coaching's not difficult, I think, is lying to themselves or trying to lie to somebody else. There's a lot of difficulties, but you know, with my family, and they make it easy. My wife's the best coach's wife in the world. Like, she's awesome, and you know, I've raised my kids in the gym. So what better way or what better kids to raise your own sons around than high school basketball kids? I talked about all of our kids being great. Kasem and Lodi, our athletic director's son, they were on the bench at our state championship game. Tornado, Kasem and Lodi are in the locker room with our kids, with our basketball kids, 2012. You know, Caleb Hart blocks Kasem's shot when he's a 5th or 6th grader, and breaks his hand, and Kasem runs upstairs and plays a game with a broken hand because he was out shooting around with our high school kids. And, the way they really took into him like big brothers, that makes it really easy. But the nights scouting and the nights away, eating a cold home-cooked meal when I forgot to tell my wife I was going somewhere for a basketball event, and she has supper cooked, and then she's upset because I'm not home to eat a hot meal and I have to eat it cold. Those are difficult times. Difficult times when I come home upset about a loss or a bad practice, and I'm not in the mood to talk. I'm a terrible husband at that point, a terrible dad at that point, and that's difficult. That's really difficult. But these guys have figured out how to navigate me and navigate the coaching life, I guess you would say. So difficult, yeah, some days. But I think the positives by far outweigh the negative.
Now, let's go on the flip side of things, and what has been the most rewarding part of being a coach at a singular place for almost 2 decades?
Just getting to know people and the relationships I've formed. Like, I know so many more people in my last 18 years, people I know I can count on like a brother. That's probably the most rewarding. Getting invited to former player weddings, getting a call and or a FaceTime call. It's a former player with their daughter on the phone. Just those things are really, really rewarding for me. I get to see growth, being good husbands, being good fathers. We've got lawyers, we've got doctors, we've got CPAs. Our former players are doing really well for themselves, and that just it makes me proud. Some of them tell me that I'm going to coach their kids, and I'm not. I'm not that old, or I am that old, and but it's so rewarding to get to see you kids grow up and become who you are. That's the most rewarding part for me.
Coach, last question for you here. You always describe Borden as being a special place. What makes it so special?
The people. I think it's the people. I had I was blessed enough to coach at Austin for 4 years right out of college as a JV coach there. And to me, it was a special place. And there were several good people there. But when I got my opportunity here, I was quickly welcomed with open arms. And we talk all the time. I try to talk all the time in my PE classes when we have a new kid in, and make them feel welcome. It's who we are. Open our arms up and try to make everyone feel welcome. And we just did that down there today in basketball, and it's the people. What makes this place special? It's the people. It's the community. It's the students. It's the people.